just want the world to know about my
Greetings to all Afurakano, Afurakaitni, meaning African, black people. Your brother Shangawanda here for our, meaning original people, united and restored, with another installment of our series to aid you on your journey back to the greatness of who you are by eliminating what you ain't. And brothers and sisters, you ain't no more. Not M-O-O-R, M-U-U-R, Aboriginal, Black Indian, pseudoscience, or any other I want to be anything but what I am nonsense these self-hating Negroes are pushing on our people. I know most of you are just looking for some relief from the hell this cracker done made for us. An escape from his ever-changing slavery. But you ain't getting no love, truth, peace, freedom, justice, or sovereignty with no document from these clowns. This useless, leftover black power movement trying to make a comeback actually denies being black because some white slave trader's dictionary told them black means death. So they claim to be the real white man. But they use another cracker dictionary called Black's Laws, their Bible. Now that alone is enough to make anybody with any sense run from this bullshit, but there's a whole lot more. M-O-R-E. Let me make a few things clear from the beginning. First, this is not an attack on anyone who thinks they are more, because most of the people operating from a Moor standpoint are sincere in their intentions to aid the race, with many doing good work with what they are working with. But it's time for y'all to grow up, move on, and return home to what is natural and healthy for us, and put all that energy to work where we will actually do some good. Now there are also many so-called Moors who are outright pimping the game, and plenty of card-carrying federal agents manipulating the various weaknesses crippling this movement. Second, this is not an invitation to debate, discuss, defend Moorish history, doctrines, or legitimacy with anyone, because we are only interested in debating possible solutions. That means possible solutions for the challenges threatening the survival of our people. The purpose of this discussion is to make the results of our evaluations available for consideration by those still unaware of the inescapable flaws that make this Moor science nonsense incapable of being a vehicle for the liberation of our people. The only reason we are addressing this foolishness now is because in their desperation to escape the irrelevant status their weak-ass doctrine earned them in the first place, they have now resorted to making even more ridiculous claims that are disrespectful to our honored ancestors. Some of these bean soup scientists have stooped to claiming that life and civilization started here in the so-called Americas before traveling to Afurakait. This desire to be anything but Afurakano, Afurakaitni, merely confirms their self-hatred. But their attempts to belittle the 500 million plus Holocaust committed against our ancestors by claiming it wasn't as bad as we think confirms the need for their immediate rejection. The Moor Science Temple and all of its sects, versions, have totally outlived whatever use they may have had for whatever intentions they were invented for. Because we are in a protracted war with a diseased beast who has every intention of removing us from the planet. So anybody, and I mean anybody, who tells you that you have a remedy or solution in law is a fool. Anybody who tells you that declaring our nationality will stop this beast from hunting our children in the street is a fool. Anybody who tells you that they have a treaty with the murderers of our mothers is a fool. Anybody that wants you to waste your time studying some cracker law books trying to crack the cracker's code is a fool. A fool and a coward. A coward who would rather jerk off playing semantic word games, debating definitions in their enemy's language, rather than do the work necessary to defend and protect the people from extinction. A coward who concedes the continued superiority of his enemy over him, who only wants to find the right words to put on a piece of paper his master will accept, or the right angle to put a stamp upside down or some silly shit like that. I'm a warrior, and a warrior don't want no document his enemy has the power to accept or reject at his whim. A warrior removes his enemy's ability to make war on his people. The coward always cries about, what about in the meantime? There ain't no damn meantime. The time and energy we waste in the meantime could solve the problem. These Negroes don't want to destroy their enemy. They fear them and seek their acceptance. They want to declare their nationality and be respected at the so-called United Nations, where the white nations of the world show off their complete emasculation and control of all African people. They don't hate their enemy. They claim not to deal with color, only character, based on their slavish submission to their absolute enemy's white religion of Islam. There can be no African unity, liberation, or solutions from a movement poisoned from the core with white supremacy. Islam that. Even if we look past the fact that the term Moor is really a misnomer applied by whites to people who never called themselves that, we cannot get around the reality that a people's identity must relate to land, culture, and history. And our story began in Afur Rakayat, which are the proper names for our homeland that have nothing to do with any white people. Despite the latest efforts of their top freestyling historians to try to tie Moorish history back to our ancient civilizations, there ain't no such thing as no damn Moor prior to white infection. So don't even try slipping the feds on Heru in April. Oh, these niggas will try anything, believe me. Drew might not have known any better, but these fools trying to hold on to this obsolete bullshit know that only a self-hating fool would look at our great, long history and choose a period when we were under the influence of some crack-ass Arabs to defend our identity with, to define our identity with. He may have been naive enough to think claiming another identity like Richard Pryor and Bingo Long would get some of us a break. But you notice I said some of us because this Moorish game wasn't never for all of us. Look at their Sundry Act. That was just some light-skinned niggas trying to say they wasn't with the rest of us. Look at them now, running around trying to claim the first presidents were Moors, when nobody in their right mind would want anything to do with any black traders assisting this cracker to enslave the rest of us, true or not. Now, do you really believe that if we all declare Moorish nationality, the cracker gonna say, damn, all right, you got me. Your paperwork looks like it's in order. Y'all free now. We live happily ever after. Are you crazy? Everybody with a treaty with this cracker got a bullet in the back of their head. So fuck all the bullshit paperwork angles. Fuck trying to document some truth to your enemy incapable of truth. Fuck studying his gutter language and laws he changes at will to define our status. Fuck this more science bullshit. Because it didn't work then, and the damn sure ain't gonna work now. I heard y'all on the promo video bragging about one of them Moor frauds who acted more like a Fed, issuing his own tags and paperwork, but y'all forgot to mention how many poor sisters lost their cars and had all kinds of trouble with the cracker after paying this fool big money for some worthless sovereignty kit. That didn't even stop the cracker from locking his dumb ass up either. He had to hire a lawyer and beg for bail money like everybody else. What's up, Doc? Yeah, the term Moor did exist and was used to describe some brothers who did some great stuff. But they also did some fucked up stupid shit. And even if they hadn't, it still is not a name big enough to cover the greatness of who we are. It's been a long, hard journey back to reclaiming who we are. So let's not get stuck short when we have the information now to go all the way. We know that all forms of Islam, Christianity, Judaism, Hebrewism are vehicles for white supremacy. We know that Muhammad, Bilal, and all the characters in the Bible, Torah, and Quran are frauds, fictional characters invented by the whites to capture and enslave the African spirit the whites could not kill. We know that the whites and their offspring are just 20,000-year-old diseases infecting the several million-year-old body of black humanity. We know this disease cracker is incapable of humanity, and only through our total re-Africanization can we effect his elimination. Meaning, if we do what we are supposed to do, it don't matter what the cracker do. We know that African unity begins with recognizing that you are African, meaning Afro-American, Afro-American. Because when you return to your point of origin, you have made a complete revolution, which is our only resolution. Wake up, black man and woman of Afro-American. Your only chance for survival is the rejection of white foods, white culture, white religions, and most importantly, white people. And the return to the culture and real religions of your ancestors who built great civilizations before and after the white cancer infected Mother Earth. The remains of these great civilizations that the whites to this day have been unable to duplicate serve to remind us that when we rejected the whites, their culture and religions, we held on to our land and freedom. And when we allowed the whites in, accepting their perverse culture and fake religions, we lost our land and freedom. No, you ain't no damn Moor. You're Afro-American. Now take the oath. Set up an ancestral shrine. Let's go set your land and people free.